Okay, so here we go. 4 on the elliptical. And now I'm coming over here to finish up my 10th mile on the bike, which will give 14 miles of cardio. Woo. Let's get this back over here. So it's just accountability. Yeah, on that 10th mile. So this is the cool down mile. Cool down on this mile. I want to encourage somebody who feels like they haven't accomplished the things that they wanted to in their life. As long as you have breath in your body, you still have time. Now, one of those people, I used to think that way. Sometimes I still do. Because there's still some more things that I want to do. And I am going to do. But there are times, when I encourage my son. I always tell him, I said, don't feel like, because there's things that, you have to do for your son that keeps you from doing things that you want to do. I understand firsthand about being a parent. There are some things you have to put off for yourself to make sure that your child has things in place and that they're, growing and being nurtured the way they need to, getting skills in whatever area and learning, being educated, how they need to be and how you deem fit. So I understand that there are some things that you want to do that you have to put off. Know that firsthand. I said, but that doesn't mean that you still can't do those things, even if it isn't right now. There are a lot of things that I put off, raising my children, making sure that they had what they needed. Things were in place, whether it be money, food, housing, shelter, whatever. And, keeping a lock on their education, their skill sets. They were in sports, and also their social skill sets. Being mindful of people, being careful of people, how to conduct themselves with and away from me. So there, a lot of things, with their travel and sports and those type of things. Yeah, a lot of things that I had in mind to do were stopped momentarily. Not permanent. So now, my children are grown. My oldest son, we don't have him anymore. But, my youngest son, well, not but, yet, my youngest son, he's grown, has his own son. And things that I didn't do when I was raising my children that I put temporarily on hold, I do them now. And there are still things that I desire to do that I am going to do. Stopping things don't mean that you have to just toss it away. Maybe you have to put it on the shelf for a little while, but you can't go back and get it. I have known people, I myself, I was in college while my kids were in school. I had stopped going to school. While they were in school, I would take class here, take class there. And eventually, 1 year after my oldest son graduated high school, I had graduated college with 2 degrees. And yes, that put me in a better position to, get a better job, be paid a little bit more. And also, with my hustles in between, they just, made me a little bit more crafty. I was even a little bit more skilled in that, So it advanced me, emotionally, mentally. There's no time limit on it. You can't go back and do things that you wanted to do. Things that you feel like you haven't accomplished, you can go back and try them again. Some people may say, that time is past. I don't want to do that anymore. Or you probably even talked yourself into thinking that you can't do it. Hey, you can. Well, you can't as long as you say that you can't, but you can. So don't get this unaccomplished feeling about yourself, like I haven't done anything or I don't do anything. Get up and do it. What's the one thing that you desire the most that you want to do out of everything? Start there. Make a list if you have to. I encourage you to do that. Don't quit on yourself. Don't give up on life. You have a desire to do something, go do it. If you put something on the shelf, go back and grab it. You can still do it. Please don't ever feel unaccomplished. Unless you believe you're unaccomplished and you keep saying that you're unaccomplished, then yeah, you will be. But you're not. There's plenty that you can still do. You have life and breath in your body. You can still achieve those goals. You can set yourself new goals and accomplishments, but most definitely, you are not unaccomplished. You just didn't do things that you wanted to do in the time that you desired to do them, for whatever reason. Now, go back and get them. Go back and do them. Be accomplished.